about Cincinnati. Obviously, they've kind of been the center of attention this offseason, the Shamar Stewart saga, and then now, obviously, with Trey Hendrickson, he's not at training camp. You were on Get Up this morning, breaking it down. It doesn't seem like both sides can agree. Just reiterate to the audience how those talks are going and how close the two sides are to reaching an agreement.
Yeah, they've actually had some progress in some areas and got somewhat close to a deal around the reporting date of training camp, so last week sometime. And when they went back and forth, there was just a disagreement over the guaranteed money. That is the issue. That's a sticky point here. He wants guaranteed money longer in the deal, so not just in the first year, but multiple years. And so they have to find a sweet spot on that. Cincinnati is a team that doesn't cave very often and change their demands. So it really is a true standoff right now. The player believes that Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, they got concessions in their contracts with guaranteed money, so why can't I? Is sort of the feeling, even though those players are younger. So I think the Bengals are arguing, hey, it's Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. They're in a little bit of a different category than everybody else. So it's a difference of opinion, and somebody's going to have to either relent or try to compromise somehow.
Well, which side do you think will do that first? Because, Trey Hendrickson, he's just taking these $50,000 fines by the day. But on the other side, he's probably like, look, Cincinnati, I know your defense is not going to do anything without me as the anchor. They were still one of the worst in the NFL, even with him leading the league in sacks last year. So they need him in there. Which side do you believe has more leverage? Which will budge first?
Well, I certainly think that Hendrickson intends to stay away and be dug in here. It's just typically it's hard to, even though I certainly favor the players in getting every dollar they can, these situations are hard for them to win in if you have a team that's dug in. And Cincinnati is just one of those teams that's comfortable being uncomfortable, I would call it. They're okay just hanging on their precedent for contracts and just making you squirm a little bit. So eventually that money's going to get crazy with those fines. And, you've seen it with other players that they hold out well into the season. They do end up losing money. Hassan Reddick last year, Melvin Gordon, a running back once upon a time at the Chargers. So maybe Hendrickson's different because of the caliber of player that he is and the leverage he does have. But I tend to think that the player would go first in this case.